what's up with the squad? Back with another video. I seen the title was going down. Make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe button for me, please. Y'all see it in the title. Let's get into
This is about President-elect Trump going back to the White House. Mark Zuckerberg and Meta dined with Trump at Mar-a-Lago in November. Meta just donated $1 million to support his inauguration. Zuckerberg also elevated Joel Kaplan, the highest-ranking Meta executive closest to the Republican Party, to the company's most senior policy role. And on Monday, Zuckerberg said Dana White, the head of the Ultimate Fighting Championship and an ally of Trump's, would join Meta's board. This is about the fact that our many corporations, and especially these oligarchs that own these social media companies, are bowing down to Trump so that they can make money off of the American people.
Okay, if we can all have a bit of a...
Okay, so I think I'm missing something right now. First of all, let's start off by Sunny, being Sunny. We're not even going to talk about how much she makes and the way that she does things and this, that, and the other. We're not even going to go into that because we didn't have many discussions with that. And she keeps inserting herself like, you know, she goes through it and she, you know, she's playing a victim like always. Second thing is that I think everything that Trump is doing is smart. The people that he's picking for his administration, the things that he's changing, I think he completely smart.
Conversation here.
Of course, they're going to have some bad say, and Sonny is, and Alyssa, honestly, probably is the only person that'll probably say something that'll make. And like I say all the time, I'm not a fan of Alyssa, but I know for a fact she gonna say something that's gonna make sense more than all four of them.
This is actually more complex than we're making it, but on the free speech of it, and I actually agreed with Mark Zuckerberg. Of course, there's pressure because Trump's coming into office, but I do think that there's a cultural and societal desire to be able to talk about things openly. And actually, liberals used to be the ones who were super pro free speech. The famous saying goes, "I disagree with what you're saying, but I'll defend to the death your right to say."
Yes,
so
but I will not defend to the death your right to call me.
Here.
Sometimes it happens like this. Be nice. She didn't talk for 20 minutes.
And I always like to hear what you have to say.
Go ahead.
But that's okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. No, and I always like to hear what you have to say.
Go back.
Here.
Sometimes it happens like this. Be nice. She didn't talk for 20 minutes.
And I always like to hear what you have to say.
Y'all see that? I'm telling you, it's been like that though, y'all. It's been like that. I tell y'all all the time, they have no chemistry, bro. They have no chemistry whatsoever. They always arguing. You just heard Alyssa say Sonny Hostin has been talking for the last 20 minutes. And I you know, like I said, I'm not a big fan of the show. But anytime that I am watching, they try to silence Alyssa as much as they can. I ain't taking up from nobody. They tend to do that.
Go ahead.
But that's okay.
Go ahead.
Okay, I'm trying to make the point that hate speech, something that incites violence, is not legally ever protected under the First Amendment. My ability to say a housewife is a household object, I can say that. It can offend you. I don't agree with it, but you absolutely, under the First Amendment, have a right to say it. And the fact that we're policing speech because it makes people uncomfortable or they don't like it or it offends them, I don't think it's how we're
doing it. If somebody decides, as they do often on these social media places, to call me
don't even say the word.
Well, let's be.
I get death threats on social media. We all do.
We're going to have this.
You know what my nana used to tell me, and y'all know that I have to watch my words on here, but she told me to scratch my ass and get glad. I grew up on that. You know what I mean? I'm not even trying to be mean. Like I'm being for real, y'all. That's what I grew up on. You know, it doesn't matter. You shouldn't let a person define you by calling you, you know, whatever they want to call you. You know who your true self is, and you got God. If you got, you know, I don't know how y'all are, you know, with, you know, these things, but you know that you got God, and God sees you for who you are, and you know who, you know, you are, then you shouldn't let nobody define you by calling you a certain type of name or nothing like that. And I have to learn that for myself. So my thing is these women, they're teaching people to, you know, play that victim part, and I don't like that. You know, I'm not a person that's going to stand for that. You know what I mean? To sit there and make people feel like, you know, oh, you low down and you shouldn't. These are the same people, just like Alyssa said, that, you know, liberals, you know, we had this freedom of speech, or we had this, we had it. It's like everything that a person does, it doesn't matter. Like I said this the other day, Trump could fix everything and talk, do everything he can to make things. They will find something, bro, to complain about. You know what I mean? And I see that with libs all the time. There's something to complain about. You fix this thing, it's something else. Let's add on to this thing. It could be something like, like said, something that completely is, a problem, that a liberal will have, somebody on the left to have. And you're like, okay, we're going to fix this. Let's fix this. We're going to get it together, and then it's fixed. It's another problem with it. And it's like it's nonstop.
Conversation, then let's have it.
All right, go ahead.
Because if we're going to do that.
Now she gets over dramatic.
We have to do that. Okay. So there are certain things where we all agree, boy, you shouldn't be saying that. That is not curbing your free speech. It's asking you to, not you, asking one to respect the fact that people don't want to hear that word when it has to do with them or Native Americans or women.
But there's also
or
an
any
element
of these
that used to be
under the hateful
that's my
guidelines,
point.
But by the way, there is
gone.
an element of choice that comes into this. I would never subscribe to somebody who would use that language or who would incite
No,
these,
but you're
this
on a
hate against
site
people.
that says now.
Bro, regardless of the fact, it's all social media, bro. I had to learn that myself. Y'all know I've been doing YouTube for over 4 years, bro. I had to learn that myself, to actually, you move away from it. You ignore it. You don't, especially if you insert yourself on social media. You have these ladies that sit here constantly and talk about, oh, well, I'm not on this site and I'm not on this. And I'm, when I'm on, you're on social media. These ladies should know. You know what I mean? They're on TV. They're going to be people that disagree with them, got something to say, even it will say something, that feels like they're threatening, they do everything. People do it to me every day. But my thing is it's the way, sadly, it's the way that the world is. I mean, it's not, and I feel like they're doing everything. It's like you can't do nothing right. You know what I mean? In these ladies' eyes, you can't do nothing right. It's sad.
Maybe
Now
it's okay to
but
say
it wasn't before.
Well, you guys were focusing on hate speech, but some of the beginning things they did were Facebook removed all content that said COVID was a man-made disease. There was a group of people claiming it was, and they were considered off limits. Now it's debatable, and they released that. So my point is, there's a difference between the obvious awful stuff you're talking about,
those things
but
to be able
it's
to be
shutting
said on
down
social media.
conversations, which that's the point.
And again, some things
distinguishing
are black
point.
and white because you don't have all the facts.
Yes,
You
but
didn't have
not
all the facts at the
everything
beginning.
is black or white. And the things that we know are black and white are the things that we can say, you know what? You don't need to do this because we've decided collectively as a group of human beings that we're going to respect, because they always talk about respect. If you're going to respect people, there are certain things I want you to say. If you run the thing, say, I'm not going to accept that. Or for all of the folks who are applauding, you can also not get on Meta.
Well, that's
gonna say
that's the freedom, that's the choice.
I'm just confused on what are you? It's like they complain about everything. Duh. Just don't get on it. If you don't like what people, if you can't stand, and I have to learn this for myself. If you can't stand, just don't get on these sites. When you step into something, especially social media, you should already know what's going. You should already know what's going down. When I get on the game, I already know what's going on. When I get on Call of Duty, I already know. If y'all play Call of Duty, you already know what goes down on Call of Duty and what people can say, what people can do. You know what I mean? You putting yourself, you all make, you make choices.
Rather than saying we have to shut down and by the way, what if it's in a rap lyric? What if it's something that's in a comedy sketch? Oftentimes language is used in comedy that's represented on social media.
No, you don't hear,
You
don't hear it very much on social media. You're not allowed to do it in comedy.
But that's not a good thing. I don't think silencing speech.
You can't just go out there and start calling people names.
I'm not saying calling people names. I'm saying some of these words that they're saying are protected.
Can I say something?
That just goes to show show you that the world thing got solved.
There's a time when there were cartoons when I was a kid, right? And they would make fun of Italians. What's the matter, you? You know, he's a pizza. Everybody was a pizza maker. And I, as a child, I felt like that was offensive to me. So I understand. I have empathy for people who don't like it. When you are making fun of their group in a nasty way.
Right.
Now, the people who are doing this are not.
Bro, I'm gonna be real with y'all. I used to watch movies all the time. Me and my girl, we watch, especially like on weekends and stuff. We tend to watch movies. Like last night, we came up with an agreement because we'd try to like. It'd be like a hard time like finding stuff to watch, and y'all know that a lot of these, you know, different sites like Apple TV and Prime and like different things like that. And I don't get it with Prime. I'm not even gonna lie, bro. I don't get it. I got an issue with Prime because I pay for Prime, right? I know this ain't got nothing to do. I'm gonna get on what I'm saying, but I pay for Prime. Y'all probably do too. I pay for Prime, and what I don't get is that you gotta pay like extra for like different like new movies and stuff. I feel like, me personally, you shouldn't have to, especially if you pay for Prime. You pay for Prime. I think I pay for Prime like video, and I pay for Prime. Like, I feel like everything should be included. I don't know. I feel like it's a ripoff. But anyways, what I was saying, you know, we came up to an agreement, you know, that we will, we'll you know, buy a movie. You know, and the movies be like $12.99, $14.99, and I know, you know, it's $15. But, you know, I just, when it comes to, you know, things like, and I know y'all probably like, Recklezz, what are you talking about? We watch old movies, and we'll see different things and see the jokes that they're making, the things they do, and we will laugh. We will actually laugh, you know, because it doesn't feel awkward. It just feels like, you know, I don't know. It's just like this generation and like how things are moving. It's like everything gotta be silenced. And like when we watch different comedians and stuff, you know, or if you watch a stand-up and you seeing like the old stand-ups and like seeing them talk about, man, they'd talk about, it would be a white person talking about a black person in the audience and everybody would laugh. Everybody would be cool. It ain't no fighting, no nothing. But now it's like everything done changed, bro, to where it's like the world ain't got soft. You know what I mean? Like what Joy is talking about right now. Making fun of an Italian or something. I guarantee Joy was sitting there laughing, bro. Like, it's just stuff that they do and say. Like, it makes me so mad because they're not being real with themselves, bro. And like I said, like, if you making a joke about things and like stuff, like, I just feel like being back and like growing up, things were way differently. You know, you can joke about this, you can do this, you can, you know, and obviously it was some stuff that you obviously couldn't say, you know what I mean? But you knew your boundaries. You know what I mean? But like, it's like now you can't say nothing, bro. Like, you have people like this that sit there and want to silence everything, bro. Everything.
Majority groups. They're from majority groups. And so
This is not me saying that every person at this table gets hate speech directed at them every day. No one is.
All right, I guess no one gets to finish a sentence here anymore. Okay.
No, I think the point Alyssa is making here is she is a free speech.
Don't speak for her. She speaks very well for herself.
No, but and I'm not doing that.
Look at that. Look at that. Look at that hate right there, bro. I'm telling y'all, bro. That chemistry is off. It's always an argument, and I guarantee y'all, other than I say Sarah Haynes is like that person that obviously is like that, you know, let's keep it cool. But I feel like between Sunny, Joy, and Whoopi, they can't stand Alyssa, bro. I'm telling y'all.
It's very well for herself.
No, but and I'm not doing
we
that.
We all act like we're for free speech when it's the things we like. When somebody wants to defend the free speech of people we disagree with.
That is very true. That is very true. I didn't say, listen, y'all, I'm telling y'all, when it comes to them, that is very true. That's why Whoopi is looking like this. Y'all see Whoopi doing that little smirk? That is very true,
we're for free speech when it's the things we like. When somebody wants to defend the free speech of people we disagree with.
That is not true.
Yes, it is, especially coming from Sunny. When it's something that Sunny says, everything goes. I'm telling you, I got family members like that. If it can be completely. They didn't call Trump dumb. They didn't say this about Trump. They said that about Trump. And because they said it, it's okay. It's okay. But let somebody call Kamala that, or somebody call all hell is right. I'm telling y'all, bro, they got me cussing on this episode. I'm sorry, y'all.
I don't want you calling me. I don't want people to call.
Comedy needs to be able to push limits.
Listen, comedy does push limits, but be smarter in your comedy. You don't need to offend me to be funny. I don't need to offend you to be funny. And so there are.
Yeah, me personally, And that's exactly why there's a lot of comedians that's corny right now, because it's certain stuff you cannot say. I'm just being for real, y'all. This is me giving my full opinion, bro. There is stuff that you cannot say no more, bro. And it is absolutely, I'm telling y'all, bro. There's a lot you can't say no more. And things are corny. Movies, stand-ups, all that.
Offensive and push
That's actually not necessarily true. The best comedy doesn't always tend to be offensive. It just doesn't.
Okay, the First Amendment doesn't apply to private companies, which is why I'm frustrated Mark Zuckerberg did this. But there are countries in Europe who have modified the way they're allowed to talk about people. I actually support some eliminations on hate speech, which makes me not an absolutist, but I'm okay with it.
Because there are things that we collectively can say. We respect everybody's right not to be called a name. If you take that away and you allow that, it's a problem.
They didn't allow it before, and they allow it now, and they allow
it's
it
not
now.
a good
never
thing.
really existed on any platform I've been on.
Donald Trump.
There's never been a social media platform that's existed where you can't call people names. I've been called names on every platform that didn't exist.
But here's the thing: it doesn't make it. But it doesn't make it right.
But let's say facts, not say because Donald Trump got elected, now you can call names on social media.
Well,
that's not true.
That's why Mark Zuckerberg is doing.
Are you on the?
Y'all see it. The camera. There's no chemistry whatsoever, bro. What all that I'm telling you, all they do is argue. Honestly, I feel like this show is comedy. It's straight comedy, because the things they say, it just doesn't make sense. I said what I had to say. You already know. Make sure y'all hit the like button, subscribe. I definitely appreciate y'all. Much love to everybody. Catch y'all next.